Coach Weber of the Pekin Panthers. Welcome to the program. All right, well, first question about you is, you had to tell me the players, but maybe you had a running back or a linebacker or an offensive lineman graduate. What positions are you looking to fill due to graduation?
We lost starting linemen, both sides of the ball, lost a couple skill guys, so we're looking for running back, and we'll be replacing quarterback, and then we're replacing a key different spot that's missing. And there's some other holes out there that some shifts because one guy leaves, maybe a guy slides into a spot. So we're just looking for competitors ultimately that want to compete for a starting position.
Well, look, the boys was out there working hard on the practice, and they're working hard in the weight room. Got to watch a little bit of the practice. I was expecting it to be a little clunky because it's kind of early in the year, but I didn't see that. I thought it seemed like everybody knew what they were doing. Your receivers were just doing a great job of catching the ball, and the quarterback was doing a great job of getting it out there. So let's start with the quarterback. Tell me a little bit about, I don't know if there's going to be a battle or anything, but I know we had a good quarterback last year that graduated and the position's open.
Yeah, we've got a competition at quarterback right now. It's not a decided situation. We've worked some different combinations between 2 or 3 quarterbacks, and we're just ultimately looking to see what fits our system the best, and gives us the best chance to win. So we bring back a lot of experience, which was a key part, and we'll work the guys into the positions and hopefully we're going to make it successful.
Well, everything looked good to me in the practice, but one guy that looked really good is Elias Brock. He seems to be able to go out there and just like he was the last couple of years out there, to be able to go out there and get stuff. It's his senior year. Tell me a little bit about what you can expect out of him this year.
Yeah, he's made an impact since he's been on the field. He had a big touchdown at Lisbon as a sophomore, I can remember, and then last year just kind of exploded for some big plays. He's one of our many playmakers, I'd like to say. He's a state champion in the sprint med, great baseball player, incredible basketball player. He's good at everything he does, but he's humble and he comes hard, ready to work every day at practice. He's super satisfied, and I think that's his best attribute to being a successful player.
Well, some families contribute some brothers that help you out. He's got a little brother named Elias. That family's doing a good job of putting out some good athletes. I would expect at some point we might be able to see a little bit of him this year. But these are some guys that are coming back. We got a new guy, this Kendrick Allison from Fairfield that's coming in. Scotty Melvin's raving about him. He seems to have a lot of ability. What's he gonna do to help you guys win?
Xander is on the top 5 3A returning wrestler coming up from Fairfield on Thanksgiving, and I'm really excited about what he brings. I think I don't say this to sound cliche, but he's one of the most humble kids I've ever been around. Works hard. His work ethic outweighs anything that comes out of his mouth. You got guys like that willing to do whatever it takes to make the program better. You're going to be successful. I think he fit right in. I'm honestly really surprised how quick he's picked up in our system, almost like he hasn't missed a beat.
Well, Henry Adams is another player that was a big player. We don't know exactly. Is he going to be quarterback, going to be wide receiver? Is he going to be running back? Is he going to be in some combination of all that? I mean, it seemed like last year was times when he returned a kick for a touchdown, intercepted the ball for a touchdown, throw for a touchdown, rush for a touchdown. He's just as electric on the baseball field as he is on the football field. Tell us a little bit about, I don't know where you're seeing.
He's a guy that's competing for the QB job right now. Funny you mention it. Guys that hit grand slams in the bottom of the last inning, or the guy that you got at point guard in basketball, or whatever it is. He's just got a winner's mentality. He's just an incredible player. And he'll do anything you ask him. And I can't say enough just about him as a person, as well as a football player, that we're really excited to see what he does. He started since a freshman. I'm not traditionally a start the freshman type kid, but he really took the bull by the horns from the very start of his career.
Well, are there any other skill positions that we haven't talked about? Wide receivers, tight ends, other guys that might be getting the ball in this offense?
Aiden Porter's, right now our tight tight end. He's 6'3", and he could probably throw a vicious down block like he comes at defensive end. So, he's a kid that's going to be kind of a surprise, I think, I hope, to defending. So, yeah, he's a great guy.
All right, well, let's talk about that offensive line.
Yeah, we bring 3 guys back that got experience. Actually, 4 back that have experience. 3 that are seniors, 1 that's a junior, and then we'll be looking at, probably a new guy that hasn't played in there. So, lots of size, which is good, but more importantly, they communicate well together.
Well, they got to work as a unit and to open up a little holes to keep your quarterback upright, and you should be able to put some points on the board. But let's flip that around and start at the defensive line. We might have some shootouts. It seemed like Northam Haskell is a team that could put some points on the board. We got this game with Eddyville coming up. They got this Moliners kid. If you look at his stats, he's one of the best. So what do we got on the defensive side of the ball? Let's start right where that impact.
We return Henry and Elijah, who are safety and linebacker combo. We got some new pieces around all that. Got some returners on the D line. Ultimately, we're in the same system for a 3rd and a half year on defense. I think that's more important than necessarily what we're returning. Defense is all about alignment, communication, and finishing tackles. We're big on practicing tackles, and we've been doing that. We'll be doing that a lot as we get going.
It sounds like the boys are excited behind this. Is there any young players that I haven't seen yet? I'm always watching the junior high and the JV stuff, but is there any young players that we didn't see a lot that are maybe starting to show you a little something out there?
There are. And I don't think that kids aren't. We're very careful about trying to get freshmen to develop with a very humble mindset. So not to leave any of them out. I'll just say there's a handful of freshmen
you got some young talent going on.
They're really doing a good job, but we try to focus on working more than talking.
Well, we've got a situation with Davis County, which was just supposed to be your first game, supposed to be Sigourney and Fairfield scrimmage partners, and they're not fielding a varsity team. I do think they're going to do a JV season, but they're not doing the varsity season. Left a hole in your schedule. You got on the old rotodial or whatever you bring out there, and you got us another opponent. Why don't you tell our listeners about this week 0 game that really counts?
Yeah, we got a week 0 game versus Eddyville from the varsity standpoint, and then luckily we're going to pick the JV to Williamsburg on Friday night at week 1 and play the curtain raises for Williamsburg and Pekin. So at least we get the young guys another game, and that'll be fun.
Yeah, because you also had a New London also is not going to field a team this year.
Correct.
And you were able to get a game, and Scotty says you're going to be playing in Pella at the Central College. How did you get this together, and who's that opponent?
Yeah, I reached out to some neutral locations, see what fields are open, and the state helped me a little bit on that because Central Decatur came from their season, and their week 2 opponent was not a way out, so we were able to just put those 2 together.
All right, so you'll have a game, and then you'll have a week off, and you'll have this game at Central College. Now that seems like to me kind of, these kids, when I played, we never ever played at the Field of Dreams or at the Iowa Cubs or any of that kind of stuff. But what about this opportunity to play on the college field?
Yeah, it is an honor, but in some sense, it's more or less just to accommodate locations for both programs. But it'll be fun. It'll be a fun atmosphere. It's a nice venue. It's in the middle for both teams, and it takes our fans somewhere new, some new scenery, and they go out and eat supper before the game and enjoy some football after.
So you got an opponent we're familiar with in Eddyville Blacksburg that has a lot of upside to it. You're playing an opponent. I didn't even realize they had a school until you told me the name of the school. So I don't know anything about them. But right after that, you're going to get right into your conference schedule.
The first 2 will be non-district.
Yeah, and then your third game anyway would be the get you on the district play. So it seems like to me there's a couple home games early, and then there's nothing until the very end of the season. You got a big gap, a lot of road games.
It's kind of weird now. We were supposed to be home week 1, which technically we are now at week 0, but then we have a wait. Then we're on the road, and then we go home. We go away together or home together a lot. Really.
So it's good to get get some playing experience, and I'm glad that we're not missing any of these games. But tell me, is there somebody in the district that you guys are anybody in the district that you might be thinking might be a little better than last year, and you might have your eye on?
Honestly, I was just telling Mark, we can't overlook anyone. Everybody's got to be treated with equal respect. I think Wapo's one of those teams. They got an incredible coach. They're going to be a lot tougher than people think.
They got that fast kid.
Van
Ball really
gave
good.
them momentum. They got a lot of these Stockman ready to go. Danville's always tough. Highland's going with Lone Tree now. Everybody understands.
Yeah, that ought to make Highland better when they put the two schools together on there. They'll have enough players to play the season that way. All right, well, Coach, I'm just excited to get the season going. We're going to try to get out here for the home opener. Thanks for taking a little time with us. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Nope. We're excited to get going, and I'm excited to do this one over here.
All right, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.